Welcome to On the Spectrum, and I'm your host, Terri Matthews. This is the show where we like to inform you, entertain you, and yes, encourage you about all things autism. Here we like to call it prescription TV. So every Tuesday is do-it-yourself projects, and today we're making sensory bottles. I'm hanging out with my good friend, Stephanie Graaf, who has 17 years experience in the autism community.
Thanks for having me here today.
Thanks for coming. So what's so amazing about sensory bottles is that they're quick, they're easy, and it's a lot of stuff that we have either right in our home or very easy to access, right?
Super easy. I mean, here we have just recycled water bottles that you can easily get at a retailer. These are spice jars.
Yeah, those are cool. I got plenty of those.
This is one of my favorites, is a pickle jar.
Who doesn't have pickles in their house, okay? Like everybody.
And this is another favorite. Guess what this is?
Well, for those nursing mothers at home, if you remember these were things that we would use and toss them out because we wouldn't give them away.
No.
But now you can reuse them for something like this or save it for a family that might have a kid on the spectrum.
Exactly.
So that's pretty cool. These are really easy, simple things. And there's glitters and little toys and balls. And there's more stuff that can be added, right?
Exactly. So the toys are nice because you can put these in and you can pick something that your child likes. Like it could be sea animals or sea creatures, or it might be letters or numbers or anything. So these are sometimes a preferred item that would be fun to find in your sensory calming bottle.
So I want to just jump in and get right into this project, but I think it's extremely important for our viewers out there to understand exactly what is sensory. We keep hearing this word, but what does it mean?
And sensory we hear as it pertains to children on the spectrum. So we all have sensory systems. Every single human being, we're born with sensory systems. We have what we know as our sense of taste, our sense of smell, sight, touch, and we also have two other systems. One is in our joints, which tells us where our bodies are in space, and then we also have a system that's in our ear called the vestibular system that taps into our balance. And why it's important is because with children with autism, they have a tendency to, well, let me tell you about sensory, how we process. So when we're born, right, every individual, we come into the world, we're bombarded with sensations, right, from all those systems. And then our brain organizes that information and it spits it out to foundational processes that allow us to grow from a motor standpoint, speech and language standpoint, communication.
So sensory is extremely important.
Extremely important. And why our kids with autism sort of get tripped up or are associated with the sensory is that their brains can't always process the information correctly and appropriately.
So when we see that in men, no disrespect. Never mind, I'm sorry about that. That has nothing to do with this.
Right, so for children or individuals on the spectrum, that confusion for them then translates into sometimes behavior. So we might see hand flapping, we might see covering of the ears, we might hear screaming or crying or things like that. So this is just a tool, just as one tool that we have in our bag of tricks.
Well, let's make it.
To help calm these kids when they're sensory overloaded. So what we need first is some water, an empty bottle. We're going to use the bottle method.
Now these bottles are expensive again, so you can kind of use any bottle, but this is recommended because the mouth of it is pretty wide and
the
easy.
integrity of the bottle is really good. We want to put clear glue in, and I like clear glue because it's viscous, it's really thick, so it suspends our sequins or items that we're going to put in there. So let's start with the glue, and I have a nice big bottle here. So you can pour that in. And
so we're going to show you how easy this is. I mean,
30 seconds.
I mean, my goodness, like this shouldn't take you any time. And you can actually do this project with your child or without your child.
Exactly.
Now,
so
how much glue?
I like to do about half just because it makes it nice and thick.
Okay.
Stop there.
Okay.
And then you're going to fill the remainder with water and then leave a little room for your add-ins.
No sniffing the glue.
No. I don't think this is the toxic kind anyway.
So put the water in next?
Yep, the water in next. And I would fit it maybe to the top right before you get to that indentation there.
So I'm pouring in this water. It's relatively easy.
Just a little bit. And then add in your, whatever you want to put in. If you want to do sequins, animals.
Like these animals.
Yeah, they're really fun because then it can become like a cognitive activity, right? You can say, find the red whale or find the purple turtle, you know, and it helps from a calming perspective. And then whatever kind of glitter you want to use.
I'm so color coordinated. I want everything to just kind of like match.
Which is fine. And some of our kids might want that too, right? They want everything to be one color theme or
so when you're dealing with these sensory bottles or you're making these, is it important to have different sizes or does that actually even matter?
I think it just depends on the age of the child and what they can handle. I think adding a little splash of color makes a nice effect, like, you know, it's more visually pleasing and calming too.
And what if the kid doesn't want any color or anything?
They don't have to. I mean, this is all preference, right? And then you're gonna give it a really good shake.
shake, shake.
Yep.
So as a parent, I'm getting a little exercise.
Exercise, yep.
Don't shake too much.
And then it's important, I do want to add, so once you make it to your liking, you do want to use some sort of powerful glue adhesive that's going to be, you're going to put it in around the rim.
And this is the part, parents, that this is what you would do. But at least with pouring the glue and the water and definitely added, and this is a project too that you can also deal with all of the kids in the house, right?
Yes, exactly.
It's a family activity.
Absolutely. Yep, and
This
there you
is
go,
really
you made your calming sensory bottle.
Oh my gosh, we did this in like 30 seconds or less and not on TV time. So this is really cool. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for coming and showing us how to use all these cool things right in our own home to help us build a sensory bottle and to help us with our children on the spectrum.
Yes.
So if you're interested in this project and would like more information, please log on to www.terrimatthewsonline.com. That's where you can download step-by-step resources, and you too can make this project right in your own home. That's all the time we have. See you next time on The Spectrum.